Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am getting this small bed here at the greenhouse seeded with poppies for the spring season. Now I want to just quickly go over the process and some of the reasons for what I do. We rented a sod cutter and removed the warm season centipede turf. There's a few reasons for that. For one thing, I have found that layering on top of warm season grass doesn't always eradicate the root system, and in the long run, I don't want to be fighting it. If you get like free wood chips from an arborist, that's fine, but it's going to take typically 9 to 18 months for those to break down and be plantable. I don't want to wait that long. I want to be able to get this bed planted so it looks like something this spring. So that's my main reasons for using a sod cutter. Now I've filled it with a couple of inches of veggie mix from Soil Cube, which is the only compost that I use. And I recognize that they don't distribute everywhere. It's really difficult to talk about gardening on YouTube when you have an audience that's from all over the place geographically. But if you live in the Southeast US, you should check out Soil Cube. It's by far the best compost that I've ever found. It is on sale right now through the end of February. It's the early bird special, so big bags of traditional Soil Cube and veggie mix, I use the veggie mix, are both $30 off. And if you add my code BreeGrows25, you'll get an additional $5 off. Remember, this gets delivered right where you want to work with it, so it's really a wonderful product, and they make it pretty convenient. Now, last year I did a couple of big cottage garden installations at public gardens, and we didn't use veggie mix or Soil Cube at all, and the results were less than fantastic. So I'm really convinced that a big part of my success actually is contained in this big yellow bag. So that's why I'm just giving you this very genuine advice, gardener to gardener. Now remember that poppies need light to germinate. They need to be right on the surface. So once I get the poppy seed sown, there's no more interacting in the bed. You don't walk in it, you don't rake in it, and you don't mulch it. So I'm just gonna show you my really simple technique for bowling the seeds out, which is really just a method for getting the seeds to distribute so that they're not all congregated on top of one another. They're spread out enough where they long-term will be able to support one another, and you don't do any thinning. So without further ado, let me turn this camera around and show you the process for getting the poppy seeds sown. All right, so with one hand out, I'm gonna go ahead and use up the last of my Lauren's grape. That's what we did on the other side of the greenhouse as well. And I'm gonna get a nice palm full, just like that, you can see. And then I'm gonna focus on that back edge, and I'm gonna get some in the mulch area, and we'll just see how it does. Just like you're bowling, you take your hand back and then distribute those seeds. It's just that simple. It's, again, very anticlimactic. I'm gonna make sure the whole bed has good coverage. And then this task is finished. And then to make it match the other side, which we sowed yesterday during the seed class, I'm gonna go ahead and add some larkspur and then nigella right along the edge. That way both of the beds will kind of, look similar. They've been sown only a day apart. So I think it'll be a really good talking point for when people come to visit during the Fuquay Garden Tour on May 17th and 18th. And be sure to mark your calendars, save the date. When the link for buying tickets is available, I will be sure to share that with all of you. Well, the process for getting these sown is exactly the same. I'm gonna go ahead and get that done so that I can take on some other tasks in the garden before the cold winter weather arrives. I hope this video will serve as inspiration, and as always, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy gardening.